This is Jim Starkweather, the publisher of Kitmaker Network and Aeroscale, and welcome to another episode of Turning the Page. Today we've got for you something unique and interesting. This is a bound, I'm not sure what you call these, ring-bound, I guess, books, and this is a second edition, revised and updated, Modeler's Guide to Skyraider by Sherlock. Jay is, I'm trying to see if he's associated to, Aero is part of the Aero Research publications brand. And I'm not really familiar with this book, so I'm not going to try to wing it and say, I'm 100% expert on this. No, I'm not. But I'm going to give you guys basically an overview of what's in this reference book, and kind of do a brief page through. You can see this is the second edition. The book itself is, if we have page numbers, do we have page numbers? Yes, 120 pages. They are, like I said, printed out and put in this ring binder. So, I mean, it's not, expensive publishing, obviously, but I don't know how much the book costs. But generally speaking, obviously, these specialty reference books aren't going to be completely inexpensive, as you might expect from, say, the publishing style. But then again, Jay is probably somebody who does all this work and puts the amount of work in necessary to be what the price is worth. So if these are very specialized books, and if it's interesting or of interest to you and something you want in your library, I'm sure it will be well worth what the cost is. Should you decide to buy said book. Table of contents obviously includes a massive array of variants. I'm not going to list through all of those, but you can kind of see them there on the screen. Everything from the XBT 2D1 to the AD7A1J. And they do have, he has the part of the appendices here are serial number lists, operating units, surviving aircraft, and references. And there are some kit reviews in the introduction, obviously at the top here, which is this page. So let me I'll just read the introduction a little bit. This book is a guide for the modeler to build any military variant of the Douglas AD/A1 Skyraider using existing kits. The text concentrates on the physical differences between the various models and modifications of the Skyraider, but does not deal with the wide variety of markings the type carried. Please check Appendix 111. Actually, that's 2, I think. Appendices 2 at the back of the book for a basic list of operating units. So here's some of the kit reviews that they list, or that potentially he just goes over the different kits that are going to be available, potentially, as probably he's going to reference, and talks about their origins and maybe a little bit about the kits and so forth. And some of these are quite long. And actually, how long does that go? Actually, there's quite a few. There are very many Skyraider kits. Actually, I should have expected that. but yeah, we've got, so all these are available kits that are out there that he does actual reviews on, different scales. So that's quite a bit of the first chunk of the book here. And then it goes into aftermarket parts and things that are available for those kits as well. And decals, parts. Then models, changes, and options, talking about describe the various changes required to model each of the different variants of the Skyraider. So then we're going to get into basically the variants. And so he's even giving you like recommended kits, 132nd scale, the Trumpeter AD4, 148 scale, the Tamiya A1HJ, the 172nd scale, the Hasegawa A1H, the 140 scale, the Aerolux A1H. So, and then lists changes and options. Part of the change is just an example. So lengthen canopy with larger frame area at the rear, covering the guide rail and the dorsal spine. And then like options, shorten the rudder, then add a section of plastic beginning the rudder post. And he's got those marked actually, so you can see in green here, like G, C. So for this one, shorten the rudder. E obviously was here at the back. And add a section of plastic beginning at the rudder post and taper to meet the trailing edges of the rudder. The aircraft, after the first 4 prototypes, just the notch from the bottom rudder to make a straight lower edge. Sorry, I know I'm reading quickly. I tend to do that. I'm a fast talker. I can't help it. It's just part of my genetic makeup. So yeah, you can see it just goes on. Obviously for each variant, showing some pictures here, but going through each one, and again, just lots of reference information, lots of basically kit modification guide. And yeah, I mean, if you're into the Skyraider, man, this book is obviously one that if you want to produce an authentic version of the aircraft, I would say probably this book is going to be something you're going to want for that kind of reference. I'm trying to get. Oh, that was probably the end. No, that isn't, because that is the end. That was the last page. So here's some of the reference photos again that he has at the back. Internet resources. Are we listed here? Are we listed? No, we're not. Why is it everybody forgets about Aeroscale? We've been around for 10 years, for Christ's sake. 10 years. We have a lot of stuff. But yeah, we get no love from the aircraft community on the Prime, the core aircraft modelers that are out there. I mean, Modeling Madness. Seriously, Modeling Madness is on here, but we're not on here. I'm actually kind of shocked at that. That I mean, not to diss Modeling Madness. I mean, he's been around for 18 years or something like that on the internet. Close on 20. I think most of the sites started in like 1998, kind of like Hyperscale. But you know, we've been around longer than Prime Portal and well, Skyraider. Obviously, that would be an obvious one to put on there. But yes, I'm hurt. My feelings are hurt. You know. It's not like Aeroscale is like just nothing. We're probably like the third or fourth largest aircraft scale modeling site on the internet, but yes, we get no love. So the references and so forth, and going into the appendices, kind of going from the back forward, I know, but yeah. So I think this is definitely a publication you're going to want to take a look for if you're, like I said, if you're a Skyraider fan or just want something like this in your library. And thanks for Jay for sending it on. We were sent this direct, obviously, from the author. And I'll get this off to somebody if they want to do a kind of comprehensive written review, or if they want to use it in a project. Mention using it in the project, obviously. By mentioning and using it in a project, when I say project, I don't mean your project. I mean an article on our sites. I got kind of into trouble on this earlier with somebody who you know, they want to get a paint set, and I said something about using it in a project. Well, yeah, I usually mean, but you're going to use it in a project. You're going to write it up, and it's going to be a feature or something. So yeah, a project for us is like an article. A project for you as a kid, I understand that, or as a kid project or so forth. But when we say use it in a project, we mean like use it in a build feature article or a review article or something like that. So just a little clarification on the side there. All right, well, thanks again for watching, and if you have any comments, suggestions, questions, leave them below. You can, make comments about my rambling and other things. I don't mind. And we will see you next time on Turning the Page.